This is our full court press breaker, and there's lots of different defenses that we might see in a full court press breaker. We don't really care. We're going to run the same play against it regardless. So our 3R always takes the ball out of bounds under our own basket, or I'm sorry, under the other team's basket if we need to bring the ball down. Whether it's a half court press, a full court press, or just they've fallen back on defense, it doesn't matter. The 3 always takes it out. So in this case, the 3 will take it out. If a basket has been made, we want to remind our boys the 3 can actually run the baseline right here. Now, if the ball's been knocked out, there's a turnover, then the 3 needs to stay in the spot where they hit the ball. So in this case, let's pretend the ball, or they've made a shot. So what we're going to ask the 3 to do is run the baseline. We're going to ask the 1 to, in fact, they're going to be set up opposite of this, I'm sorry. The 2's going to be, the 1's going to be closest to the basket, and then the 2. We're going to ask the 1 to step up and set a screen. Now, if there's no defender there, they're still going to go through the motion. But if there is a defender there, they need to set a good screen right here to free up the 2. The 2's going to go, is the first person to go towards the ball. 2 goes towards. So as the 3 gets here, if the 2's open, they're going to make that pass. If they do make that pass, and the 2 turns and there's a pretty open lane, they can get it and go. And in that case, we're going to ask the 5 to get to the opposite side of where the ball is. We're going to ask the 4 to run middle. We're going to ask the 1 to run the opposite side. The 3 will also run middle. Okay. Now, if that's not open, the 1's sitting here. The 3's going to run back to this side. The 1's going to cut down, and we're going to try to get into the 1. And the same thing applies. If there's a lane for the 1, they can get it and go. And in that case, the 5 would get to the opposite side of where the ball is, and the 4 would still run middle. If we get it into the 2 or the 1, as soon as that ball is thrown in, the 3 is going to go to right here in the middle, so that if the 2 or the 1 can't turn and go, they're going to reverse it back to the 3, and they can reverse it all the way across to the other side, and then that will hopefully open up a lane for us to go. So in this case, let's say the ball went into the 1 and they really collapsed on the 1. They can throw it back to the 3, over to the 2, and perhaps the defense is now shifted way over to where the 2 has an open lane and they can go. Now, when that all happens, the other option we have, so I'll just walk through this one more time. So the 2 comes to here, the 1 comes to here. We're going to ask the 4 to cut middle. So we haven't been able to get it into the 2, we haven't been able to get it into the 1, and now we can look for the 4 right here. Now, if we can get it into the 4, what we want the 1 and the 2 to do is immediately run down the sides. We want the 4 to turn and try to get it to one of the guards running the court. So this happens a lot. The 4 gets left alone because they're up here at the 3-point line. They cut middle, we throw it in, and then we try to get it to one of our guys on the edge. And again, whichever guy we get it to, let's say he throws it in to the 4, and then the 4 goes to the 2, and they're running this way, we need the 5 to get to the opposite side. The 5 always gets opposite of where the ball is. But again, if we can get past these 3 defenders that are somewhere up in here, we like our chances, because we'll actually have numbers. As we get the 2 and the 1 past these guys, we'll have a 3-on-2. So we'll have the 2 up here running, we'll have the 1 up here running, and we'll have a 5. And now this situation creates a 3-on-2 for us. We have 10 seconds to get the ball across midcourt, so it's okay for these 3 players down here, or the 4 players down here, to rotate the ball back and forth. The 4 is going to keep moving down, we can, 5 seconds in, we can still be moving the ball back and forth and still throw it into the 4, maybe further down here. The key is for the boys to just take their time, move the ball back and forth until we can find a lane, and then the 5 will go opposite, and we'll try to get him for a layup.